Hey guys, I know it's been a little while since we put together a YouTube video, but that's okay because we've been really busy. Remember, I built that diorama for USTE and we are here. We spent the last 3 days kind of enjoying this really awesome event, and I was really surprised that I wasn't one of the only females there having a great time. So sit back and take a look at all of the awesome things that we experienced while at the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo in Williston, Florida. One of the very first things that we participated in was the diorama build-off, and I have to say I was shocked by the sheer talent that people had in building such small-scale items, and I'm not even sure how they even acquired some of these things. For me, myself personally, it was really hard to find things in the appropriate scale, so take a look at a couple of these things and be amazed. Check out this hot rod. I fell in love with it. The detail behind this hot rod was simply amazing. And to be honest, this Shell gas station, I was pretty jealous. It was pretty unique, and the owner of this Shell gas station would allow people to set up their rigs right in front of the pumps so that you could take some pictures, which I think is pretty cool. We actually ended up winning first place for our diorama, and I was really happy about that because I put in a ton of hours into this, and I definitely thought about what might be a little bit more unique for this type of competition. I was really surprised at how many dioramas there were out there, but I would have loved to have seen some more. This was a really popular event. There were tons of people crowding around to see them, and I'd like to see a bunch of us come out next year. So let's get out there, let's build something awesome, and let's see who wins. After the diorama build-off, my husband and I checked out Vendor Row, which was amazing. Tons of vendors are out there. You can easily spend hundreds of dollars on retrofitting your rigs or buying accessories. And then after that, we checked out the gallery of vehicles that were going to be entered into the competition. There were all types of competitions, and to be honest, there were hundreds of vehicles set up. Some of them were absolutely phenomenal, and if you thought that the dioramas were pretty cool, these trucks are simply amazing. The detail that people put into these things, I can't even imagine figuring out where you even begin to source those materials from windshield wiper fluid inside of the reservoirs to engines and bays and chassis, all being completely detailed. You could find it all pretty much right here at the gallery. So take a look at some of these setups and see if you could figure out which one is your favorite. I'm not sure whose setup this belonged to, but I absolutely loved it, and it was one of my very favorite ones. If I could find that in full scale, that'd be pretty awesome. Now that we were done spending our money in vendor row and taking a look at all the sweet rigs that were entered into the truck gallery, it was time to now hit the trails. USTE this year had, I believe, 9 trails in total. They ranged in length. I'm not even really sure how long each of them were, but you definitely want to plan on a lot of walking. So let's get out on the trails and let's kind of take a peek at what's going on back here. So we couldn't really find a video on YouTube that explained the trails. So I'm gonna let you know that the trails are long. They are one way in, one way out. For every difficult area of the trail, USTE volunteers have put bypasses. So if you have a shelf queen and you're worried about damage, there are bypasses that you can use. The other thing to take into consideration is that these are natural areas, so you are going to get moss tangled up in the axles. You're going to get scratches. Sections were muddy, so you need to take that into consideration as well. I actually ended up breaking the spring cup on my Bronco, and I had to take her out of commission on day 3. With that being said, you need to bring batteries, chargers. We did have an extra rig, so I was able to use that rig on day 3. And you should also bring parts and pieces. We saw several people on the side of the trails making last-minute repairs. Other than that, this video kind of shows you what to expect and it was a really awesome time. This is an example of one of the more difficult sections. This is actually a tree that has fallen over, and it sits at about the 7-foot mark. So if you fall off of this, you're definitely going to sustain some damages. USTE was kind enough to actually provide a step stool to reach your rig if you get stuck. Trails didn't open until noon. We were only able to finish trail 3 and 5, and I've got to say that this event was pretty amazing, and I'm super excited to get the video out for day 2. Again, if you haven't had an opportunity to find us on social media, the links are right there, so be sure to check us out and come join our community, and hit that subscribe button, that notification button, and that thumbs up if you're enjoying this. We've got a lot planned, and I've got a few videos coming out on day 2 and 3, as well as the diorama.